so I'm flustered. Taking out aggression with my pen because I trust it. But you wanna get myself a lamb color custard.
Remember, I used to be that kid that every day would get rejected. Y'all got my story, the glory was painted on a song. I'm mortified but feel immortal. This pen to this paper always open up different portals. It's I and me, it's me and I'm by myself. I'm down the ride, I'm taking on the tide. Size of tsunamis touching the sky. I got a quick scan, it's time to move. Leaving everything else behind, I got something to prove. I'm just riding away, no I ain't running away. I got memories set, oh I'm just finding my place where I belong to. Feeling glory in my soul. Hey, I'm riding away, I'm finding my place. Yeah, I gotta escape, yeah, that's what I gotta do. See you on the other side, see you on the other side, see you on the other side. We all know.
Constantly changing, always rearranging, always rearranging, always rearranging. That is constantly changing, always rearranging, always rearranging. Constantly changing, always rearranging,
Yep, flashes out from the ADC and the jungler. Atlas is going to burn Paranoia, but it's going to get dropped before they can take out huge. Lux ultimate finds many, but Cinetrix takes out Red Milk Tea. The headshot coming in from Caitlyn doesn't land on the right target, but Random Capitals is here for janitorial duty. And and Weakside Veteran finds a heroic charge onto that ADC. Has to kite back. The lights are turned off, and Cinetrix finds the support. One shot, Steve the Crusader. Weakside Veteran now taken very low. Red Milk Tea now thrown into the wall, and it's going to be the next one to lead it. But Weakside Veteran is taken so low. Find Red Milk Tea, Cinetrix gets out alive, and everything is coming up RSL at this crucial dragon fight. They find the opportunity to redown it away, but it is Shen. Could just teleport back into the fight. Weakside Veteran Brute finds Cinetrix, but is going to find Steve first. The Zanya's coming out, gives them so much time, and Atlas is keeping the backline. Random Capitals deleting the backline of RSL, but Nocturne is going to find Raccoon Acquire, and it's 3 versus 2. Just those bruisers from the side. Are not going to be able to keep up with the damage that Perpetual Dust can put out. Zanya's will not save you for long as Perpetual Dust starts to lead the fight. Feathers going everywhere. Rogue Trader can't survive. Raccoon Acquire has to run away. The Red Milk Tea will fall. Weakside Veteran flashing forward onto Raccoon Acquire, trying to make sure they can't get out. Laser coming through. Gonna hit through a lot of damage to Cinetrix, and Weakside Veteran does not quite find the stun, but so much damage follows up, and that is a... Hello everyone, and welcome back to Game 2 of our Best of 5 between seeds 3 and 4 of the Mythic Spring Tournament. We have Ragnarok Esports Loki versus Goofy Goobers here, with Ragnarok Esports Loki taking their first win of the entire tournament in Game 1. Once again, I am War Leader, and joined with me is once again Sibalock.
Yeah, that's an absolute banger for Game 1. I didn't check the MVP votes, but in my book... It was tie? Oh, okay. Because in my mind, it was Rogue Trader all the way. Rogue Trader was the absolute MVP in my book.
You mean Weakside Veteran?
Or, sorry, I'm brain lagging. Yeah, Weakside Veteran. Okay. You know, he has Weakside in his name. I'm like, surely he lost. But no, sorry. Weakside Veteran on the Poppy, and then it was Rogue Trader on the Shen. Sorry, I got my wires crossed, but... you know, they might have been colored wires, which I can't differentiate. But Weakside Veteran what a great Poppy. Like, it just shut out the entire Goofy Goobers draft. There's all these Dash champions that can't play through the Poppy safeguard, and it just, I don't know, it was just the rock that they needed. And, oh, the RAB1 slam down. You'll have to see it.
Yeah, Goofy Goobers want the run back in the mid lane. They're hovering that Akali now. This time they banned out the Poppy and they've banned out the Nocturne, so maybe they think their composition was good, but didn't foresee that draft. And maybe Seraphine is the support.
So that implies to me, like, we were talking about this in between the games, and we were saying, like, is Goofy Goobers going to double down on the skirmishing, or are they going to say, no, you guys are the skirmish team, we're the team fighting team? And this implies to me that they've decided, we're going to be the team fighting team. It's Seraphine. It's the battle bus. We're all going to hold hands, kumbaya, and then beat their brains in with the power of Seraphine healing. And, the Xayah and the Karma. So they like this duo lane. I was a fan of it last game, so by all means, just slam that again. Like, you picked it in the blind Caitlyn, but honestly, I don't know, like, what do you pick into the Xayah Karma? That's a really robust lane.
Yeah, Goofy Goobers, maybe they want to go towards one of those more hyper carry styled ADCs, but I think they're going to defer that till the second phase, as Jarvan appears to be what they're going to use to get it started. They wanted a little more opportunities to pull the trigger, and Jarvan and Akali can both do that very well.
Yeah, one thing that we are going to see is where's the Seraphine going, because this could actually be support or mid or awesome dude. So I'm trying to skim their match histories. I actually don't believe this is going to go support. I'm pretty confident this is going to be mid or AD, which I think are the better positions. Seraphine doesn't make sense as a support right now, unfortunately, because her gold scaling is just too good. She's balanced around getting gold and playing her ratios, so support Seraphine is actually quite weak, whereas in mid and AD carry, she has so much wave clear, she has so much scaling that you accelerate into 2 and 3 items and become an insane team fighter. So with the Akali, I think that's Random Capital's Akali. I don't believe Rogue Trader plays it, so that implies to me Seraphine awesome dude, but it could still be support. We'll see.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me, because picking that does you really just want to pick your ADC early on, and your support is more important in terms
Right.
of counter pick and seeing the lane. So you might be right on that one, and that would also explain why they're going to lock in Jarvan for an immediately burst of AD damage. They don't want to have that taken away from them.
Draven
Oh
Ogre.
my goodness, that would be...
I guess that I'll eat rocks, and I guess it's Seraphine support. I guess it could still be mid. I don't know. I think AD Seraphine would have been perfect. I don't know if Raccoon Inquirer plays it, but that's like the perfect champion here. You have the Jarvan Cataclysm to combo off of, and then you say like, oh, you're drafting this dynamic skirmish assassination composition. We just won't have an AD carry. Idiots, fools. Like, who are you diving? Like, the 4 meatballs who are standing on top of Seraphine? Like, no, you're never gonna kill Seraphine. So, alas, my dream is dead. But I think Draven still makes a lot of sense, because I was thinking, like, what do you do to punish Xayah Karma? They have so much range and so much poke, and I guess if you hit them with stand aside and then smash them with axes, like, yeah, Draven will absolutely crush Xayah in lane. It used to be a counter pick back when Crit Xayah was really meta, so definitely bringing that back. I think Raccoon Inquirer has a good mindset for this, and this could be a really punishing matchup.
Yeah, and speaking of a punishing matchup, I'm really interested to see the Hecarim come through. Ever since the nerfs on, I believe it was 12-5, Hecarim has really been nowhere to be seen and in the dumpster in terms of win rate, but still a great dive threat to get in and disrupt the sort of backline cohesion that the Goovers have started to form. And they're going to pick Gnar as their last pick to answer Gragas, which is pretty much a handshake lane. Both champions get really tanky, both champions engage. They do it in different ways, but should go pretty even in that top lane, I would think.
Yeah, okay. So Goofy Goober is definitely by no means conceding on the skirmishing account, but they definitely have some crazy team fighting tools this time. They have Seraphine ult, they have Cataclysm, they have the Gnar ultimate, they have Dravenax. They have a lot of ways to just explode 5 people instantaneously, non-interactively through crowd control. And we're gonna have to be careful how RSL plays around this, because they have team fighting tools of their own, but overall they don't really have the same AoE wombo combo potential. A lot of even their AoE spells need to be committed in picks or to gap close, so they can't necessarily optimize around that 5v5 AoE. But I do expect to see more team fighting this game. Both teams are maybe they're done with the skirmishing. They had enough fun last game, and now it's time to 5v5 for Dragon, which I think makes sense if their read on last game is Dragon Soul was the defining factor of that game. So yeah, let's tech in more team fighting tools.
Yeah, a little bit of spells traded back and forth in that early game. I don't think it's going to go too far one direction or the other. Maybe Gragas' Mana Flow Band is really happy about getting that exploding cast going, but
Yeah,
for
we're
the
not
most
playing
part,
by the Pokemon trainer rules, you know. If
Yeah.
you make eye contact, you have to battle. That's not in play yet, so that kicks in later.
yeah. I mean, we saw that a lot in the last game as far as those late game almost team fights. Sometimes they were team fights, sometimes they were just fights. We're going to see, once again, both junglers are going to opt to start their blue buffs, and Red Milk Tea is this time going to be pathing towards his Gnar, trying to get Rogue Trader ahead in that early game. Meanwhile, Hecarim, Atlas's Hecarim is going to look to full clear and then support the bot lane, and if they can somehow find Draven or somehow find Seraphine, I would imagine, that bot lane could flip on a dime. A good gank coming through, so we're gonna have to see how these junglers path. I expect to see Jarvan trying to find something aggressive really early, not clearing too many camps in the early game. Meanwhile, I expect Hecarim to fully clear and utilize the good clear speed that Hecarim does have. It is one of the main strengths of that champion, getting camps really fast, killing them really fast.
Ooh. Draven is strong level 1 champion, but the range difference is coming in big. Okay, gets the axe back, so it's still kind of even, but Steve has got to be careful here. Especially with Hecarim pathing down here. I wonder if there was any pre-game talk, you know, Perpetual Dusk and Evan being like, yo, Atlas, like, where are you at? We got weak sided last game. Like, we were dunking on these kids just to show up for Zion, like, you know. But it's going to be level 2 for both lanes. Steve is actually still 1. Red Milk Tea.
Red Milk Tea is coming around, and Raccoon Inquirer barely lives, and that means Perpetual Dusk is in trouble. The flag and the drag is going to force the flash. Red Milk Tea trying to go forward, might have to bring a flash of their own if they want to secure the kill. Seraphine sets it up for a flash. First blood over the Jarvan. Double kill for Red Milk Tea. Raccoon Inquirer wanted so so badly to get that kill on that Draven and extend so far forward. If we watch Raccoon Inquire in this fight, trying to go so hard with the Flash Fiend's Jarvis to take it, and he's going to drop to those minions. So, still, very good play from the side of Goofy Goobers. They are going to be the beneficiaries of about a 5,000 gold lead. Red Milk Tea is going to knock this one under the tower, but unfortunately, Raccoon Inquire is not there to get the XP advantage.
Yeah, Raccoon Inquire showcasing a little bit of what I call like greedy to hit. He really wanted that Draven cash in. You can tell. You can smell it. There's blood in the water, but unfortunately will pass away. Gets his wave in, so it'll be fine, but wow, that's a really fast Jarvan gank, and I'm really surprised. It's quite costly because he did clear bottom camps and then gank straight bottom, so these top camps are not going to get cycled in. So there is an opportunity for Atlas to get counter pressure.
Random Capitals maybe didn't want to take that Shuriken flip. The Ignite's going to come down and so much damage is going to come through. Sinitrix thinking about flashing forward for an auto, but that Shroud is going to keep Random Capitals safe. Oh, really scary to take those Shuriken flips into Ari. The Charm will stop the dash and will stop a lot of the damage from coming through. Oh, Steve looking for that Scuttle Crab.
Yeah, we've all been there. We've all been there.
Atlas is going to pick that one up. I would expect the jungler to be able to get that one. Seraphine Q, not the strongest ability in the world, but Steve is going to let Raccoon Inquire get a little bit of solo XP, try and catch up. Did die in the last fight. Does beat Perpetual Dusk. Does currently have the XP lead over that Draven so far.
Let's see if Red Milk can cancel this back here, because Weakside Veteran is actually diveable.
Oh!
This is really bad. He needs to get out of here. Oh no, he's out of mana. Yeah, GOOF should just play the dive here. There should be no counterplay. Hecarim's on the way, but it's still really far.
Yeah, Atlas is going to have to burn Ghost if they want to get there in time. Weakside Veteran starting to take damage. Rogue Trader taking it early, but they're not going to find the damage on that dive. Rogue Trader has to get out too early. Meganar burned on the push. And Atlas also in the area. I don't know if GOOF were accounting for that or if they just didn't have the damage to go through with that dive, but it's a bloodbath narrowly avoided up in the top side of the map. Still 2-0 on the Jarvan. The lead has shrunk to literally an even game so far, maybe very slightly in the favor of GOOF. So far, as we see, a lot of the farm advantages have been going to RSL in this early game.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because even though Jarvan got that insane bottom lane gank, and I mean, I think it's net good for... GOOF gets the gank. Red Milk Tea gets that gank bottom, and I think it's good for GOOF overall because of how accelerated Jarvan is, but it's actually not good for Raccoon Inquire, especially because he executes at the end and dies to Evan in the tower, which means that his CS is really low. Red Milk Tea looking to convert.
Yep, Red Milk Tea flag and drag out, will not find Perpetual Dusk with the Axe Wheel, and Draven cashes in on the gold. That's what they wanted the first time, and now Raccoon Inquire will start to snowball in that bottom lane. Draven getting those extra gold from the early kills. Perpetual Dusk back in the fountain for the second time, just 5.5 minutes into this one.
All right, here we go. So this is the conversion that Raccoon Inquire wants. He gets to cash in his stacks, and like they got the gank early, but because they weren't able to reset the wave and death timers are so low when you're that low level, it was actually favorable for Perpetual Dusk. He comes back, gets the wave in a great position, and picks up a lot of extra CS. But that next dive that crashes the wave...
Big trade in top lane. Rogue Trader finds the big Gnar onto Weakside Veteran, who's not yet level 6. Not quite going to have the follow-through, but a lot of damage coming through for Rogue Trader is going to be nice for them in the top lane. They've established a solid CS lead, and that is going to help blue side Goofy Goobers secure that first Cloud Drake. Not the most important thing in the world, but always good to get those dragons rolling. Oh, but Red Milk Tea may be looking for Sinitrix, who has to burn Spirit Rush to try and get out. No further mana. Atlas caught on the wrong side of the pit. Random Capitals is the benefactor of that donation. Going to be 1-0, walking back in the mid lane.
Okay, so RSL does pick up the Drake here, but I think I'd rather be GOOF here. GOOF has that really solid gold lead. And I think with this team comp, they can run away with this. They can snowball this for sure. And snowball this, they're looking to do that just as I say.
Red Milk Tea is here in the bottom lane, and Perpetual Dusk is maybe in the wrong spot, trying to turn around the fight onto Raccoon Inquire, but a second kill going over to Draven. Evan with an eye, you stepped too far forward, stunned up by the Seraphine. Raccoon Inquire is so low! He is going to die to the minions this time. Studied the matchup, bought the Vampiric Scepter, going well for that, but Red Milk Tea finds the re-engage. The stun's coming through and burns the heal, but Evan with an eye, barely able to get out, but is still looking for more and actually gets a return kill on Steve the Crusader. But Red
looking for the
Milk Tea
dive?
looking to revenge and will find it. Killing spree for Red Milk Tea.
Okay, Rocket Raccoon Inquire. This is, I mean, maybe he should just go by Rocket Raccoon at this point. You can tell that he craves violence. He's looking for kills. He gives no regards for his own safety or well-being. And this time he does make it out. So like really great character sense and damage sense there. He knows that he's gonna live. I mean, I hope he knows. Maybe he does. He does. He's confident he lives.
He knows.
Yeah. So like, really great, and he gets out every single bit of damage that he needs. And like, I think that mentality is so valuable with AD carry because it's so easy to just, fear seizes your heart and you're like, I don't want to die. And for the most part,
Cinetrix, you don't have mana, and that means Random Capital's going to look for the dive. Perfect Execution is going to find it, not quite going to burn it out. Ignite Seraphine is in the right spot to protect their mid laner, but man, Cinetrix, you didn't have mana. You can't step up to a Shroud like that.
Ooh,
not respecting what Random Capitals could be.
Yeah, it doesn't even have Spirit Rush available, so Steve the Crusader gets a cute little shield gank at the end. Make sure his... Oh, hold that thought. Veteran also out of mana.
Coming in, but the Gnar is going to miss, and that's going to end the fight pretty cleanly. Looking for that engage on that Rage cooldown, and Red Milk Tea's coming back bot lane, spotted on the ward. We'll see if it matters. Not going to sell the play this time for the RSL bot lane. Just going to walk away, indicate that that ward is there. Red Milk Tea has been a monster in the bot lane so far, but not going to find this angle.
This is really interesting, and I actually really like the way that GOOF is playing around these lane matchups, and this is kind of a weird consequence of having like double manaless champions against double mana champions in the solo lanes, and that over time, if you don't get those reset timers, it's going to result in a slow resource advantage for the energy or the cooldown-based champion like Gnar or Kali. And like they just haven't been able to get their back timings, and when your champion is you don't do anything.
Oh, so much damage coming out from Random Capitals. Perfect execution. If it were up, would surely mean the end of that Fox, but not quite up. Gonna burn the Spirit Rush, and that means the next time that crucial ultimate is up, Cinetrix gonna be in a world of hurt. Random Capital's been playing this really well.
Yeah, Cinetrix unfortunately just gonna have to commit Spirit Rush to live, which is good. You don't want to be deceased, unlivent, if you will. But it's going to be a lot of pressure that's going to be lost here. And Random Capitals will have a roam timer, and we'll see if he chooses to convert that or maybe just take a reset of his own. We do see that Lost Chapter is completed by both Weakside Veteran and Cinetrix, so they will kind of solve some of the mana issues they were having earlier on in the lane, but I wonder if the damage is already done. There's 2k advantage for GOOF, and I think if they play this cleanly, they should be able to convert and snowball this advantage.
Yeah, I would have to agree. Definitely the 3-0 Jarvan is going to find an opportunity in the top lane. Going to force out that Shadow Onslaught from Atlas, but Weakside Veteran here to stuff Random Capitals, but the Cataclysm is going to force out the flash from Weakside Veteran. Cinetrix has arrived to the fight. Spell slinging, but not going to matter. Red Milk Tea does so much damage. Is 5-0 now on the Jarvan. 2 kills, cleanly picked up for Goop from the top side.
Yeah, that's 2 more kills, and also Rift Herald that's going to get slammed here. I think it's going to be into the mid tower, taking the wolves. Oh my goodness, Red Milk Tea getting away with a murder here. It's a murder and a robbery, and yeah, the Rift Herald's going to come down. That's a lot of plate gold. Oh my goodness. And like, yeah, this is the snowballing I was talking about. They leverage that resource advantage they get having these energy and manaless champions. They snowball through the solo lanes, and then Red Milk Tea's accelerate from that early double kill on the bottom side, just gets to terrorize the map. And I don't know what RLS needs to get back in this game. Oh my god, the Raptors, not the chickens, not the birds.
Weakside Veteran stuffing Rogue Traders engage, gonna burn that ultimate for ultimate there in the top side. Well played by Weakside Veteran to deny the engage. Rogue Traders been doing really well on this top side, getting a lot of gold to their name. 30 CS lead up the top side. Everyone and I looking for Red Milk Tea. Atlas is on the way. Perpetual Dusk there as well. Cinetrix has been taking a lot of damage on the side. Weakside Veteran maybe getting a solo kill on the top side. Not quite. Rogue Trader getting out by the skin of their teeth. But Random Capitals is now the one in trouble. Kali has a lot of escape tools. There's a shuriken flip. Gonna find themselves to safety. But RSL finding good fights multiple sides of the map. And that might mean they pick up the Ocean Drake.
Yeah, Ocean Dragon, that's...
Oh, the
kind
charm
of a
comes
banger.
out from Cinetrix. I thought more damage was going to come through, but
We're
the
getting
items
it.
aren't quite there for Ari. Now Evan with an Eye is the one who's defending this line of vision, and it's going to mean that the Ocean Dragon does go over to RSL. Who now have a
Okay. All right, so if you're RSL here, you know, it looks grim. You're down a lot of gold. You know you're down 2 kills to 9 kills. But I think you can actually relax here. Like, you have these 2 dragons, so you have a lot of time. You have a good scaling composition. You can wait for the Xayah lethality power spike.
Rogue Trader's in a lot of trouble. He is going to go Mega just in time. The ultimate is not quite through for the Gnar just yet. Weak side almost found that kill, but Rogue Trader's now the one going on the aggressive. The wallop is through. Red Milk Tea is here, and this kill can get cleaned up with a simple Cataclysm. Red Milk Tea is dominating, is what it says on my screen, and it rings true.
Yeah, great conversion there from the top side. I can't believe Rogue Trader lives there. Man, that's like a Tooth Fairy like transformation. You know, he gets bailed out by some supernatural deity, but great rage management and gets the instant transform to save his life. Ooh, that was close.
Yeah, and Red Milk Tea's been in the right place at the right time all game so far, and Atlas hasn't shown up to any of these fights just about, except the ones where they get popped by the Jarvans. So far we've seen Red Milk Tea absolutely running the map so far, and we're going to have to see. Last time Atlas was on a more scaling pick in that Nocturne, can scale up into the team fights, utilize that very impactful Paranoia, but this time on Hecarim, the Shadow Onslaught, not as big of an engaged tool with the Nocturne band out. We're going to have to see how Atlas goes into the late game so far. It's been the more passive jungler so far, and we're going to see Red Milk Tea looking to invade the red buff. Might be in trouble.
Oh, that's
Not going to quite.
He's sliding out there. Oh wait, but weak side veteran.
Oh, in a lot of trouble here. The cask is not ready. The body slam pushes Rogue Trader back, and the boulder is so fat is going to hit the big man on the top lane. And 0-3 now for the side veteran. Rogue Trader finally finding a solo kill. Been looking for it all game, and 14 minutes comes through.
Another heist going on in the bottom jungle. Red buff secured by Raccoon Inquirer making way with the red buff. A little bit of a snack for himself to munch on. But yeah, like RSL, like it's fine. They need to slow down the game though, for sure. And these solo kills in Silent are not helping by any means. But they still have this dragon threat that's a very real possibility. And because of how volatile both these comps are, there's enough pick potential. Oh, here we go.
Atlas is looking for the angle on the Red Milk Tea, but Street the Crusaders caught out. Jarvan goes right in on Perpetual Dusk because of the Burn the Feather Call. Atlas, meanwhile, going in for Raccoon Inquirer. Will he find it? Shut down! Onto the Hecarim from that Draven. Everyone and I now pushing Steve the Crusader away, and a crucial shutdown so far. Random Capitals does arrive to the play before Cinetrix, but RSL are able to disengage just in time. A big shutdown. I was saying Atlas needed to come up big, and there it is.
Yeah, big turnaround, and with the shutdown on Draven's going to reset his stacks. It's going to get gold over onto Hecarim, and Hecarim being strong, that's their engage tool, that's their go button. And if Hecarim is strong, it means they can challenge these dragons off cooldown. They can challenge every 5 minutes and use Hecarim to engage, and that's exactly what they need in order to stabilize and maybe convert soul.
Weak side veterans in a lot of trouble. A very good cask flash combo is going to mean Rogue Trader cannot pick up that Gragas. And it's really rough, though. The Gragas is itemized into AP. Not going to have a ton of healing, and Rogue Trader now with a distinct 3-level advantage. That top side means that weak side veterans just going to continue to bleed CS and tower.
Oh, Atlas is here. Oh, they're going to encounter each other in the bush.
And Atlas and Red Milk Tea are brawling, but Rogue Trader is stronger. Red Milk Tea is the first one to disengage. I'm surprised a little bit. They didn't go for that one, but I guess we get a moment to breathe.
They instead just cross like 2 ships in the night. They walk around the corner like, oh, hello, and then they depart.
And just like that, at 16 minutes, every lane has an outer tower that falls. Bot lane going the way of RSL, the other solo lanes going towards Goofy Goobers. As they have gotten themselves out to a strong 5,000 gold lead. Now there's a lot of hope for RSL. They have 2 dragons to their name. They have scaling to their name. Random Capital's looking for an angle on a Cinetrix.
Evan's here.
To find that Spirit Rush, but everyone and I and Perpetual Dusk are here to make Akali flee.
Oh,
Akali comes out, speeds up, and the root from Xayah comes out, shut down onto that Akali, going over to Perpetual Dusk, who's maybe looking for an angle of their own into this one.
Dude, I didn't get to hype it up enough last game, but Evan's movement is insane. Like, watch this guy move. like he has so much confidence when he plays up into people as Karma, and like you have to do that. I think there's this mindset that people have with enchanters is like you can be an okay enchanter just hanging out and like getting shields off cooldown. But especially on an aggressive enchanter like Karma, who has all these self-peel tools, like you can really show your ability on that champion by playing at the very edge of what's possible and baiting. And I think Evan is just like the master of that. If you see his movement, he's so good at juking out these skill shots, baiting out threat, and then he will speed himself up onto people who are now down cooldowns and root them. And he's just setting up so many plays off of that alone. We just remember in level 1 when he just super spaced out Raccoon Inquirer and baited him in for the tower kill.
Yeah, and that crucial pick in the mid lane, even though RSL have been down 5,000 gold throughout this game, it means that there's Dragon Soul point over to the side of RSL, and that gives them a definitive way to get into this game. If any of the next 5 drinks go their way, they're going to procure themselves a Mountain Soul for the second time in this series. A permanent boon would go a very, very long way to winning this one.
Yeah, well, man, this is weird, because I think if both teams play perfectly, I think you'd rather be Goof, because they have enough gold. They should always just win the fight. There shouldn't be a dragon possible by RSL. You just fight before the dragon, zone them off, and then take it. Yeah. But when you're on soul point like this, it just takes one botch fight, one dragon steal, one missed ward, and then suddenly you have Earth Soul, and like that represents like thousands of gold worth of stats. Ooh, Evan.
Oh, Evan with an eye, maybe not playing to their range. Flash, burn from Evan with an eye, and Red Milk Tea is going to take a little bit of return fire, but not too much from the side of Goof. A critical Karma Flash is going to deny a little bit of engage opportunity. It's not the most important summoner spell, but it is one that you're happy to have.
Yeah, they're going to take that, and I don't think it'll be up for Dragon.
No, it will not quite.
So that could be a big deal, because I think this dragon is going to decide the game, honestly. Like, if RSL can pick up the dragon, they're in a very comfortable spot. They should be able to just stall out, wait out the gold difference, and then when they reach full build, you know, dragons, they don't take item slots. But like, if they lose the next dragon fight, I think the gold lead will be too much, and I think Goof will just get Barons and then close out the game. So this next dragon fight, I think that's really what we're playing for. 3 minutes.
Absolutely. So far. Oh, big cast puts Road Trader under the tower. Not a lot of mobility on that Gnar. Oh. The ultimate is going to miss. Weak side veteran playing this perfectly, but now Gnar is mini and frail but mobile. The weak side veteran is going to have to back off. Very close fight in the top side. Very well played by weak side veteran, who's generally just been behind this entire laning phase. Down in items, down in CS, down in everything. But
yeah,
that good angle there to force the Gnar away.
It did not look like a Gragas who was down 60 CS in 03. Like, that weak side veteran is a really strong player, and I mean, I guess this is where his name comes from. And also just the discipline to back off at the end, because you know me, I would just become irrationally. I would have the bloodlust. He's at 1 HP. I can't believe he lives. I would absolutely chase Rogue Trader all the way back to his tier 1 and then die getting permakited. So great to switch my weak side veteran and be like, it's fine, like, we're behind, we take what we can get.
Red Milk finds the Cataclysm on Professional Dusk Quest of Flash, but Evan crucially doesn't have that summoner spell, and the teleport channel from weak side veteran is going to arrive to the fight. The cast is not quite up, but it's getting close. Rift Herald dropped by Red Milk Tea in the mid lane. We'll see if it gets anything.
I'm not sure if that was like, that's a fine Rift Herald. I think it was just about to expire, but it looked kind of funny. Like, it's like, Shelly, to battle. Assault my enemies. All right, let's go.
Red Milk Tea fighting Atlas, but maybe too deep. Two teleports channeled. A little early, but Cinetrix finds the angle and shuts down Red Milk Tea. Meanwhile, Shark can flip out. Random Capitals gets body blocked from going in, and then Gnar pushes weak side veteran back into danger. Rogue Trader taking a lot of tower shots as Varus feed. Comes through. Random Capitals triple kill on the fight. And everyone with an eye may be looking for a return kill. Cinetrix is going to pick up a double for themselves as well. Good to clean up from RSL, but it's the big advantage so far in that fight. It ends up going 3-for-3 both directions, and it's hard to say who won that fight.
Yeah, it's weird, but especially with all the cooldowns getting used right before Dragon, and I think that's better for RSL. They're gonna have a little bit of tempo because Raccoon Inquirer, you need to go home, buddy. Get out of here. You need to heal. You get your mana. Oh, he's gonna be late to the dragon. That's really bad. And I think I think that's just going to be Dragon for RSL. I don't know how GOOF can contest this. They're too late.
Yeah, Red Milk Tea does have the Cataclysm online. Whirling Death is close. Spirit Rush and Featherstorm.
Oh, Raccoon and Fire. He needed exact gold for Collector, I'm pretty sure. So he was trying to greed out that wave. If they can stall for him, it's really good because you have 2 items Raven, but it's going to be really close. They can't walk into the river now.
Oh, Cask! Cask
okay.
doesn't find random
That's big.
And that means that RSL are going to go.
Oh, they're just giving Dragon control. They're playing for the mid wave. I don't think. No, protect your control wards. Okay. This is really scary because both teams are kind of into the dark here. All right, that's a great blue trinket.
Rogue Trader starting it up to build Rage, trying to go Mega so fast.
They don't want this to go low. They don't want to create a steal opportunity.
Evan's in a dangerous spot with no flash. Random Capitals is going to miss the Shuriken flip, and the Dragon's going to go over to GOOF. Nearly uncontested. I think maybe a missed opportunity from the side of RSL. Yeah. But I think still 3 more opportunities.
Yeah, they get at least 1 more try. I think the Dragon after this Dragon is going to be kind of gross because they're going to be fighting against Baron at that point. But they will be able to fight again in like 5 minutes. I don't know how I feel about RSL moving back to the mid wave because like yes, in the long run you want those resources. But I think it's more important that they get the Dragon control now. They're willing to sacrifice waves for it.
Red Milk Spirit Rush. Trying to find an angle on the Cinetrix. Going to burn that Ari ultimate. Very, very close to landing a Cataclysm. Could have been devastating.
Yeah.
Maybe in danger of getting flash holded by the Gnar. And no Spirit Charges left. And it means Red Milk Tea. Yeah, Cinetrix is smart to the play. Is going to have to walk away from the mid-inner. And Perpetual Dusk is going to be on the way to this one. Help defend that tower. But it's getting very dicey.
Beating out the waves. Rogue Trader's gonna slide out. Oh man, he has Trinity Force Witsend. This Gnar does big damage.
Absolutely. I really like the build. It lets you stack up your Rage very, very quickly, and you still have a lot of bruiser potential with the itemization, and you deal a lot of damage. And Rogue Trader's been finding a lot so far through laning phase and through skirmishing, and we're seeing the Gnar maybe turn into a bit of a side lane menace. The Gragas no longer able to match, forced to go up against the Akali, but might be in trouble here. Kunai come out, Random Capital's looking for damage, not going to find too much. Not willing to commit everything, doesn't know where the members of RSL are, not willing to go full force when the pony could be around the corner. But that being said, we're seeing the solo laners from the side of GOOF start to show dominance.
Yeah, they're starting to scale up, showing a lot of power, and I mean, yeah, like this all goes back to the early game. They get to that early lead from playing resourceless champions, and they snowball that across the map, and we see that's basically where all this gold advantage is coming from. RSL, they're still playing for soul point, they're still fine chilling. They just need to ward their jungle, play defensively. And they have this Lethality Zaya who's on 2 items. That's pretty solid, and will have a lot of burst damage, a lot of self-healing tools. So, man, I don't know. I think it's just whichever team gets to the Dragon first is just gonna have so much advantage. It's so hard to check into Akali, into Seraphine, like into Ari, like into Gragas. So like, if you have vision control, that is the fight. Like they just can't beat you if you get the jump. So I really hope both teams play for that.
Yeah, we see 2 inner towers dropping to the side of RSL, and that's going to be another gold influx over to the side of Goofy Goobers, as now the gold lead is ballooned to about 9,000, 8,000-ish, and that means the objective bounties are going to come through, and that means, honestly, anything that RSL scrapes up becomes more valuable. And I don't think it really changes the way the game looks, but it could make it more swingy. So Atlas and Evan may be looking for random capitals, but that Akali's so slippery, gonna be hard to grab.
Yeah. Oh, that's a Rift Maker Akali too. That didn't quite occur to me, but there's actually a few different Akali builds right now. There's the Turbo Chem Tank build. There is the Rift Maker build for the Vamp. There is you can still go Proto Belt or Night Harvester. So Akali has really flexible itemization. Riftbreaker is really interesting, and I think it makes sense to play with the Gordrinker Jarvan and the Seraphine. So you just get this kind of bruisery, long, sustained fight build that lets you vamp and then have that persistent value through fights.
Yeah, and it synergizes really well with Seraphine. Oh my goodness, Red Milk Tea going forward, finding Perpetual Dusk in that
can't do this.
Gonna blow the Blade Collar, but Red Milk Tea now in trouble. Atlas is going deep for it, not quite gonna find it. Rolling Death is going to find much either.
Oh, Atlas
ends up being too far for a Rogue Trader! Massive Gnarl finds 2! And now, Goof, decisive 3-0 team fight get to walk towards the Baron.
Yeah, I think that's going to be Baron. I think that just might be the game with this deficit and with the Baron off the map. I don't think they'll have an opportunity to challenge the Dragon. I think Goof will be able to just secure that uncontested. They need to maybe look for something here. This is their one chance.
Oh, they're looking for it. Both Everfrost get burned. Sinistrix burns. That Ahri ultimate. Road Trader taking a lot of damage, and the shutdown does come through. Ultimate advantage over to the side of RSL means that they will pick that up 2v2, but the Baron does still go over, and the gold lead still looks
okay. But Rogue Trader's dead for 40 seconds. They can actually play this Dragon. Like, that's a huge error by the side of Goof. I don't know if it's just overconfidence, but, like, you're getting the Baron for free. You literally just need to not die so that you can be at the Dragon, but they go for this ego 2v2 and then lose. So, like, I don't know. That feels really bad. Like, I think both of them are going to be biting themselves if they end up losing this game to Soul. Oh...
Both teams moving into the Dragon Pit now. Evan is kind of chunked, but it is 5 versus 4. There's 8 seconds till Rogue Trader's up, and there's no teleport.
They need to burn it. Just hit.
They need to start this up, but they're
Dar
so
spawning.
scared.
They need to hit. Okay. I know it's scary, and if you get wiped, you lose the game. But like, this is the best chance they're gonna get. They need to do it now. Okay, they're hitting.
They
Nar's
are
on
hitting,
the way, but I think it's too late.
Yeah, Perpetual Dusk going to start hitting it. Sinistrix is going to flash forward and try and find Random Capitals as to burn the Zanyas. And now they're going to look for the fight. Random Capitals gets bursted down instantly. Perpetual Dusk and Evan in a lot of trouble as Draven starts free firing and Nars arrived at the fight. Featherstorm is burned, and now there's a lot of trouble for the side of RSL. They waited too long, and the one pick isn't enough, and the Dragon going over to Goof and the kills to boot.
That's so sad. It's so hard because like a lot of the champions on the side of Goof are so slippery. It's really hard to catch Akali. It's hard to catch Jarvan. But I think they need to play that a little faster, and they actually need to start the Dragon because I think that can happen during the objective dances. Like, oh, we're baiting. We want to turn. We don't actually want to flip the smite. But in order to make them come hit you, you do have to hit the Dragon so it's low enough to force them to come stop you, right? So unfortunately, it takes them too long to jockey for position. They don't get the DPS on the Dragon, and it means that there's no threat to force Goof to go in 4v5. And I think with that, they should just be able to close this one out. They're taking inhibs. Okay, I think they've learned their lesson. Rogue Trader and Random Capitals have wisened out. They're not going to go for the ego fight to the death on the inhib again. So they'll go home like good players, spend their gold, and then they will group as 5 people and explode the Nexus the way Riot Games intended.
Yeah, I think Goofy Goobers should be able to lock this one in. They've got 13,000 gold now, the name of the gold lead, and 2 Mountain Drakes to their name. 4 full minutes, essentially, until RSL get another chance to steal that one. Really, that's the best chance they were going to get, so anything that RSL can scrape together now would be miraculous, and it's a matter of making no mistakes for the rest of the entire game, and it's a really tough place to be in if you're the side of RSL. But it's still possible. They have the 3 Drakes. There's 3 minutes until the Mountain Soul, and there's no Baron up until about that time as well. So,
at this point, if you're on RLS, you know, like it's like okay, so objectively, we've lost this game. Like, perfect play. Blue side should never win from this position, but this is a very throwable game by human beings. We're not machine learning AI gods yet, so like 1 Dragon steal into 1 clean fight, that's all it takes to stabilize, and it's hard. You kind of need Goof to screw up. Like, you can't really force them into that position. You need them to mess up first, but if you need to be ready to exploit that mistake, and Goof has shown, oh, hold that thought.
Sinistrix getting engaged on by Road Trader, and Sinistrix is in a lot of trouble. Gonna have to burn that Spirit Rush to get out. Oh my god, the damage coming out from that Hyper from Gnar is going to find Sinistrix, so this could be the beginning of the end. That's the first mistake from the side of RSL. Losing that Ahri is going to make the rest of the siege so difficult now as Road Trader starts to wail on this inhibitor. Weak side Veteran has not been very strong this game. It's going to be a cask, and Evan with an eye is here on a Rogue Trader, going to root them up. Atlas going in as well, but Rogue Trader goes Mega, goes Gnar, and finds 2 stuns, and now Steve Rainbow stays alive, and the damage comes through, the Seraphim comes through, and it is a clean fight. to the side of Goofy Goobers as they mop up one after the other. Random Capitals going forward, going to find more. Exhaust is going to stop for the time being, but the Nexus is going to burn eventually.
Alright, it looks like, yeah, that's going to be... Oh, no, they should end. They should end. And Raccoon Inquiry, he's wailing on the buildings. He's like, you guys can fountain dive. I'm done with this one. Go next. And yeah, it's one last valiant effort by RSL, but it's going to tie up the series 1-1. And we'll have to see.
This is getting so exciting as now GOOF strike back. The score is 1-1, and once again, both sides showed a lot of promise. They both had conditions to win the game. And even though the gold lead was really never that close, it was still close to really two teams.
Yeah, I think a lot of adaptation on both sides of the Draven as a way to punish the Blind Zaya, really cool innovation. So we're going to see if RSL... Again, I'm tongue-tied, but if RSL decides to ban the Draven away and say, we're going to ban that away, we're going to protect the Zaya, we're just going to keep slamming this, or if they have some new pocket counter pick in anticipation of the Draven. So I think that's where I'm going to be keeping my eye for the draft next game is like, what happens to this Draven? Is it banned, or does it totally change the draft dynamic now that it's a threat?
And Rogue Trader's Gnar also coming up big in that top side ultimately seals the game. Finding a lot of angles, finding a lot of side lane pressure. It has 4,000 more gold than anyone else in the game. No, that's not true. Raccoon Acquire had a lot of gold too. That being said, though, in order to see what these teams are going to do in terms of a 1-1 game 3, we will be right back.
Ça fait un tout vraiment magnifique, même un dulciné m'ayant planté là, c'est à moi que chante tout ça.
Mr. Bam will stay behind, and he will perform one of the most popular pieces of music in Asia, especially in Asian heritage. upon 999 roses. Let's give him a big round of applause once again for the performance.
Found a little bit of light, trying to find my heart. Funny when I break out a lifestyle dark. Honey when I rank in a tight flow spark. What a psycho chart, playing dice, go starter. Who are you? Better know yourself. Know your soul, gotta know your wealth. Slow your roll, get a hold, don't melt. And don't you fall when I feel like hell. Well, who am I? Am I am me? I'm not the one you wanna fuck with. Late nights messing up my sleep, so I'm flustered. Taking out aggression with my pen because I trust it. Writing, trying to get myself a lamb color cuts for the game. Leave from hanging by a chain, click bang. Feeling rage, feeling fire in my brain, feel insane. And it's all we feel the flame. 45 till my brain, praying for it. Please tell, no glory. Taking out aggression with my pen because I trust it. But you wanna get myself a lamb color custard.
Remember, I used to be that kid that every day would get rejected. Y'all got my story, the glory was painted on a song. I'm mortified but feel immortal. This pen to this paper always open up different portals. It's I and me, it's me and I. I'm by myself, I'm down the ride. I'm taking on the tide, size of tsunamis touching the sky. I got a quick scan, it's time to move. Leaving everything else behind, I got something to prove. I'm just riding away, no I ain't running away. I got memories set, oh I'm just finding my place where I belong to. Feeling glory in my soul. finding a way, I'm finding my pleasure. Gotta escape, that's what I gotta do. See you on the other side, see you on the other side, see you on the other side. Oh no.
Constantly changing, always rearranging, always rearranging, always rearranging. That is constantly changing, always rearranging, always rearranging. Changing, always rearranging, always rearranging, always rearranging. That is constantly changing, always rearranging.